Hello and welcome. Today on BOI Weekly, Bank of Industry supports Tranos, an engineering company that specializes in fabrication, maintenance, and project support in the energy management sector. Following BOI's intervention for the strategic acquisition of some state-of-the-art equipment at the company, Tranos has become highly sought after both locally and internationally for solutions in power generation, energy distribution, control, and automation, as well as fabrication of enclosures for all kinds of energy equipment and infrastructure. The MD CEO Tranos, Mr. Jude Abalaka, says the BOI intervention was key to making the company globally competitive. I'm Kayode Alayande. Welcome to the program. This is Tranos, an engineering, fabrication, maintenance, and project management company located along Guinness Road, Ogbai in Lagos. The simple exterior of the complex provides no clue about the massive amount and quality of work going on behind the walls of this company. In the last 8 years, Tranos has grown into an innovative, reputable, and internationally recognized brand, offering products and services in power generation, energy distribution, control and automation, as well as enclosures. The impact of the Bank of Industry's intervention here is obvious, given the state-of-the-art equipment and resources that the BOI has supported them to acquire. As a result, Tranos today is able to execute designs, manufacturing and fabrication for clients, both at home and abroad. The Managing Director at Tranos, Mr. Jude Abalaka, explains what the company is all about.
We are a diversified engineering and technology company. We have a diverse set of skills and facilities, that equipment, personnel, which we use to solve problems for customers. So you will see our products and our services in sectors ranging from oil and gas to telecoms, including power distribution and things like that. So basically we see ourselves as an organization with unique technical skills, engineering skills, which we put together to provide innovative solutions to customers. But starting from, say, telecoms, for example, we build power systems for telecoms base stations. So that means we design and build from specialized generators for telecoms all the way to things like battery cabinets and other racks that they need in the industry. So we have equipment on sites at the moment. So you see that we have about equipment on about 11% of sites in Nigeria. So that means that if you're making a call one way or the other, that your call is being routed through equipment powered by our own machine. So we do that for telecoms. But besides that as well, we also have now a new line of products, because we are looking at, up until 2018, we're basically focused on B2B. So we're serving businesses alone. But now we are now coming out to say, okay, let's offer some of these products to B2C, that's business to consumer.
I would like you to share with me the entire bouquet of products that you have here.
Okay, so we have what we call our Eureka switches and sockets range. For that, we have your regular switches, sockets from the single gang, the double gang, Just your standard switches and sockets. And for our sockets, we've produced them to be able to receive the American plug. You know, a lot of times now, especially with phones and laptops brought in from the US, you need an adapter, but we've produced our own sockets so that you don't need an adapter, both to connect the American and the UK plugs. Now, we've also designed our products to BS standard, that's the British standard for these products, because we want to also be able to export them. So you are guaranteed of quality. But apart from those, we make various types of enclosures for generator soundproofing. We make them for electrical power distribution. We also make electrical panels as well. You know, we make our own enclosures and then we build them into panels as well. And besides that, we make generators for telecoms, specific for telecoms. And right now we're developing a new range of generators that will work using LPG gas, that's your cooking gas. The idea is that we want to reduce cost for telecoms companies because they spend a lot on diesel. Our own gas generators will save them cost on fueling, it will save them cost on maintenance as well, because you are going from maintaining generators about 3 times a month to maintaining once a quarter or something like that. So we are developing that at the moment, which will probably launch in about a month or so. Besides that, we also provide services for the oil industry. We do fabrication, engineering, design. We do maintenance and installation services, both onshore and offshore as well.
Julian Mbakwe, the mechanical design engineer, says client engagement is key to the workflow that produces Tranos' array of products.
At the process of quotation, we also have a lot of process whereby we understand the scope of work, client requirements, and then the required standards and various industrial market requirements also needed for that specific product also. So why we get this information very clear is such that we give a very competitive cost pricing to these items. Aside from starting up these designs, also we get our clients to be part of our design process in a co-creation process, so such that they're not left behind. We keep them in the process. Why we do these designs, and when you say designs, it's not just the process of modeling or whatever engineering idea you might have had. So we depending on what is required, we use this period to be it calculation, be it some analysis. We use this period to capture exactly what the client wants. Of course, do a thorough design with the best of course, the world-class technology in designing. Of course, we call them computer-aided design softwares, and then other tools we need to get this product to be functional and then fit for purpose. By the time we complete, we do our own internal reviews here and ensure that these things meet the client requirement, and also remember the client is also part of it, so he understands what we're doing at all points in time. So as long as we meet these requirements, then we can hand over to production to go ahead.
All the lines on the factory floor are busy with rhythms of productive ensemble inspired by a variety of state-of-the-art equipment. The Bank of Industry is key to the melody.
The production floor here is a fabrication floor where the activities of cutting, of bending, of welding, and of finishing happens here. So we have a sequence of parts. We have a sequence of production where on the production line, parts flow from one work center to the other work center to achieve a desired result. A plasma machine is basically a cutting machine. Now, plasma in its very sense utilizes the fourth state of matter, plasma. So we produce a plasma gas from which we used to cut the sheet. So basically, the plasma machine cuts sheet metal, and Ours have the capacity to cut sheets down from an 0.8 mm sheet up to a 50 mm thickness of sheet. So that's the power of this machine. And like I said, it cuts sheet metals, it processes parts. So for instance, you get a design from any of a customer that sends us a design and requests that we cut a sheet. And what we do is to transform this design to an NC code. Basically, an NC code is a language that the machine understands. So from the design point of view that we get from the customer, we transform this to an NC code, which the machine understands, and we cut the sheet. So this is actually a heavy-duty machine that can cut up to a 50 mm thickness of sheet. So it can cut a line, it can cut circular holes, it can even cut artistic works, depending on the design that the customer brings to us. We cut varieties of sheets and varieties of designs on the plasma machine. The punch machine is also a type of cutting machine. So what it does is to, using a set of tools that punches and dies, we cut sheet metal. Now for this machine, the maximum it can do is 3 mm thickness of sheet. And basically it's to cut. So it's a different type of cutting machine that utilizes a combination of tools, that is punches and dies, kind of a stamping activity. The part that comes from the cutting section undergoes a kind of transformation, like a forming, to give the desired shape and size of a particular design. So it comes over to the press brake work center, where we give form to this part. So the desired shape based on the customer design is achieved at the press brake work center.
How competitive is your space?
Depending on the exact product category we are looking at, you encounter different types of competition. So in some instances, we have competition with imported products. So like our switches and sockets now, we are the only ones making such things in Nigeria. So we are looking at competition from other imported products, either from Asia or from Europe. Now, in that regard, we are relatively new in that market, but we think that we have the quality of our product and our price point gives us enough advantage to be able to play within the market. Now, if you're looking at things like our enclosures, for standard enclosures for electrical equipment, also we have competition from imported products, mainly also from Asia, from Turkey, from Europe. But for that, it's a bit tough for us because standard enclosures are like they're off-the-shelf products. And the challenge for us with that is that the cost of our input raw material is higher than what you will find outside the country. But when you get to customized enclosures, we don't have a problem because customized means it's not just off the shelf. You need to design something specific to what the customer wants. So there we are very, very comfortable.